Hi friends, I'm Danison and welcome to Dear Danison. This is part 7 of the Lettering 101 series. Today we are going to be putting together our foundation strokes that we learned in part 5, and we are going to be putting them on the guidelines that we learned in part 6. So if you haven't already, make sure you watch those before we go into this, just so that everything makes sense. So here we just have a worksheet that I created, and as you can see, these are our foundation strokes. You see some ovals, undercurves, ascending loops, and the rest of the gang. We're just going to be putting these together so then I can show you exactly that by combining foundation strokes, then you can create your letter shapes. By putting together an oval and an underturn, you get an A. I'm not going to be going through the entire alphabet just because it starts to get redundant. So by doing an ascending loop and a reverse oval, so here you're going thin on the up and thick on the down, you'll get a B. So even if there are variations, which we'll see throughout the rest of the alphabet, you're still applying the same concept of thin ups and thick downs. Our next letter, our foundation stroke, is a simple O, which is your simple oval. By combining overturn and a compound curve, you'll get an N. And if we reverse that and you do a compound curve with an underturn, you get a U. By combining an ascending loop plus a compound curve, you get an H. A compound curve and a descending loop, you get a Y. Doing an oval plus an ascending loop, you get a D. And by doing an oval and a descending loop, you get a G. So those are just a few examples of combining the foundation strokes to get the letters. So use this as an opportunity to print out an alphabet and then challenge yourself to break up each letter into the foundation strokes. Much like the B that I showed you, there's going to be different variations when you're looking at different letters, such as S, R, Z, Q, F, but you're still applying the same concept of thin up or thick down. What you're really just trying to do is getting familiar with the shapes and applying your knowledge of different pressure when you're going in different directions. And to help you out, I've gone ahead and created a free downloadable worksheet for you that you can grab on my website, and I will put that link down below. So once you get familiar with your letter shapes, I just want to talk a second about putting together what we learned about creating our letter shapes and where they sit on our guidelines that we learned in the previous video. Each group is made up of 4 lines, represented by the A for ascender, X for X height, B for baseline, and D for descender. And as you can see, all of our letter shapes fit inside exactly all of these guidelines, where your letters that have your ascending loops will all touch the ascender line, such as B, D, F, H, K, L, T. Some people bring it all the way up to the ascender, but I just bring it up somewhere in between. Then you have your descending loops such as F, G, J, P, Q, Y, and Z. And then everything else hits up to the X height. So it's very simple, and you can just go letter by letter until you get comfortable on where they actually sit on the guidelines. So this is just a really quick video to give you a visual representation of our letter shapes and where they sit on the foundation strokes, and hopefully it makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. So hopefully you found this informative and you learned a couple of new things. Just keep practicing and making sure that you really understand that you really can create any letter shape with your foundation strokes. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, and hit that bell icon to get a notification every time I upload a new video. Until next time, keep learning. Bye!